Good morning from a frosty, cold farm in central Portugal. Temperatures went down to 0 degrees last night, and you can see we've got some nice ice on the ground. Today I'm starting nice and early because we've hired some help from the village to help us prune our olive grove, and they are getting stuck in. Good morning, geese. I think this is the first time that the geese are going to have seen frost on their little feet pads. Oh wow, and it's all over the car as well. Look at that, that's incredible. It looks like hair. Right, so I'm just making my way down to our olive grove here. I'm going to go and say hello to the guys and see what I can do to give them a hand. So last year I pruned quite a few of the trees, mainly the ones that are going down in this direction over here, but I never really got round to the ones on this side, and well, they really need a prune. To keep your olive trees nice and healthy, you've got to keep lots of airflow going through the tree. You want it to be a nice open shape, and these ones aren't too bad because, as I said, I did these ones last year, but the ones all the way down on this side are absolutely terrible. I mean, they basically get to a stage where they start to grow really tall and they lose a lot of their leaves. And when they're like that, they obviously don't produce very much fruit. The tree can also get like diseases and things like that. And yeah, it just becomes very, very misshapen. And here's an example of what I'm talking about, where, as you can see, these pieces have got absolutely no leaves on them anymore. And yeah, I mean, this tree didn't produce any fruit, and it's just a waste. So this is El Chandre, and he was actually in last 2 weeks' episodes. We paid him to help us with the fence, and now he's helping us here with, well, with all of the cuttings. I'm going to get some stuff so I can make a fire and start burning up all of these branches. Maybe we do more than one burn pile, I'm not sure, but it's sometimes a pain to do more than one because you've got to wait for ages to get the fire going hot enough, and there's big branches. Shall we just do the big one?
We'll try and see how it goes. Maybe we'll have to reevaluate later.
Yeah, excellent, let's do it. Geese, bite the stick. Bite the stick, geese.
I don't think they like stick.
No, they prefer carrot. Carrot or stick? All right, enough procrastinating. Let's get to it. Let's make a fire here. So I'm starting off with a wood fire because, as you can see, this ground is soaking wet. And also the branches that we're going to be putting on top are obviously green and full of sap. So we need to have a nice hot fire before we start doing that. I'm always amazed at how this stuff burns. I mean, as you can see here, look, completely soaking wet inside because it's, well, live, living stuff. And then obviously green leaves and everything. And once this fire is going and you chuck this stuff on, it just goes up like you won't believe. It might not now because obviously the fire is just getting going, but yeah, once this gets up to temperature, I've got a feeling it's going to eat through all that stuff. I can't believe how quick these guys are. They've only been here for maybe half an hour or so, and they've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they've done 6 trees. Incredible. At the beginning of this year, when I pruned all the ones going down here, it took me, I'm not even sure, it took me over an hour per tree. It was absolutely crazy, but I wasn't using a chainsaw. I was sort of like hand cutting stuff. And this is why this year we just decided, you know what, let's get professionals in. Let's pay some professionals who know what they're doing to come and do the job properly. And then I know that the trees are, you know, that they're going to grow nicely, they're going to be the right shape and all of that. Right, so you can see it's not quite up to heat yet, but we'll wait a little while and we'll be there. Seems to be starting to eat through the leaves, so I think we're nearly there. Let's get a couple more of these and try and I think this one might do it. There we go. Now we've got a good burn going on. Only thing I need to watch is it's getting very tall, and we're obviously a little bit close to the trees. But on a cold morning like this, having this fire is pretty awesome. Hey Gina.
Hello.
So all of the leaves are burning very well because they've got a bit of oil, but the sticks aren't burning so well, and also it's just burning vertically. It's not really spreading out, and it's getting taller and taller. So I'm not sure if the wood is going to burn properly today, because you know we've got some thick stuff here and it's completely soaked. So yeah, I'll see what I can do. You can see he's shaping them quite nicely so they're nice and open, and that's exactly what you want. You actually want to be able to, like they say something about a sparrow being able to fly straight through. So it's nice and open. Obviously it's going to grow back, you're going to get lots of new growth, but it basically keeps airflow, and it stops things like mold and mildew and diseases from growing. And this one's really desperate for it, wow. Joaquin has come to join us. So Joaquin is our neighbor. He's come to join us. He helps us with different jobs around the farm because he uses our grass for his sheep. He's got a whole bunch of dairy sheep, and he needs loads and loads of grass. So we have an arrangement with him where he helps us with odds and ends around the farm. And in return, he gets hay bales and hay bales of grass. He gets to put his sheep on the fields and things like that. It's a nice little arrangement that works out well for both of us. So the traditional way of doing it is with one of these wooden ladders. They're like handmade wooden ladders. And then you climb up inside the tree, and Joaquin's got like a hand saw, and he basically makes all the cuts and prunes exactly where they have to go. He does it a little bit more artistically than with the chainsaw, which as you can see is quite brutal. And he's more of an artist when he cuts. Let's go and have a look at how the other guys are doing it. You can see we've got lots and lots of branches to burn. And unfortunately they aren't burning very quickly in this fire. So there we go, you can see nice and open, almost like a champagne glass. Not a champagne glass, like a, I don't know, like a cocktail glass, martini or something. You can see how Alexandre's got the chainsaw, making little cuts. Right, I better get back on this burning because we've got a gigantic backlog to catch up on. And this fire is not really behaving itself. Gina's also a bit of a pyromaniac. She's managing to get this fire going really nicely. Good job.
I do like a good fire.
Yeah. Yeah, we're starting to actually burn these wet branches now, so the fire's got up to that temperature. So it's about 11 o'clock now. I've actually just had to sneak off and launch Sunday's video because I released the videos on Sunday at 11. Just come back, we're just having a little bit to snack on, and then we'll get stuck in. But as you can see over here, I mean, they've done so many already. I think we're going to be able to finish all of this today. The little doggies are desperate to go outside to cause trouble for us. But we do have the fence, so I think I'm going to let them out. Come on, out. But, yeah, they're going to have a good old bark now when they see what's going on. What's going on, doggies? What's happening? Is that the spot? That's the spot. Yes. Yeah, in last week's video, we put this big fence up around the farm, or around the farmhouse, and it's made a huge difference to our quality of life as well. And it looks fantastic. I mean, as you can see on a day like today, like a nice wintry, no, what am I talking about? On a sunny winter's day, like as such, It looks pretty cool. It's getting quite warm. I'm going to have to take this sweater off in a bit. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the dogs, because obviously we put this fence up last week, but we usually watch them in there because we're a bit worried that this guy is going to start digging if he's unattended. But so far he seems to be a good boy. Get down. Come on, get down. But so far he seems to be a good boy. He's not doing anything wrong. And she's obviously being the best girl ever. Eddie, get down. This is a lot of branches and twigs to burn. We've already been burning now for quite a few hours, cleared a lot of it, but there's obviously just more and more and more going all the way down and then on the next field. But it's all part and parcel of the farm life. It's amazing how a little bit of fire compacts everything down. I mean, we put an absolute stack of branches on here and now there's nearly nothing left. I think the guys are going to go and have some lunch now, and then we'll see them a little bit later. Okay, ciao. Lunch is over and we're back at it. We've cleared most of the stuff up from that side, so we've got branches now coming all the way down here. So I think I'm going to make another fire just over here, and that way I don't have to carry as many branches such a long distance. Excellent. Once this gets going, we can chuck some of the other branches on it, and yeah, we can hopefully get through all of this today. I tell you what, these guys are so fast with their chainsaws, and it's not just a case of just chopping. You've got to really figure out where you want to make the chops, because you want to open it up as much as possible. It still needs to have a nice shape, you know, so it's not like you can just go and chop it. And it's quite a skill really, because when you're standing right up next to the tree or when you're standing inside the tree, it's difficult to see what the shape is like. So, you know, these guys have got lots of experience, and that's why we've hired them to do this, because, you know, for me to do it, I can end up messing up the trees, and it just takes forever when, you know, when I do it. I mean, even burning takes a long time. So, yeah, this has been a great help. Joaquin's giving the fig tree a prune. We haven't pruned this since we moved here 4 years ago. I'm not really sure how you prune a fig tree, so I'm glad that he's having a go. Jeez, the heat coming off this is intense. These are the ones that I pruned last year, and as you can see there's a lot of new growth. And then I'll just show you what Joaquin's doing and how he's changed them. So he's like done this one over here. You can see it's all nice and open in the center. Here's a really good example of it. He said you want to open it up in the center so that the sun can get inside. And look at that. So now the sun can actually get on the branches on the inside, warm it up on the inside. It's not just the sun you want, it's also so that fresh air can get in there so you don't get funguses and stuff. But yeah, so he's done a really nice job with these ones. You can see they're all nice and open, good shape. Not too tall, because you don't want them too tall. And yeah, looking good. How's it going, Gina?
Well, I'm definitely not cold anymore.
Yeah,
I'm
not cold at
definitely
all.
not clean either.
I was about to rub your back with these nice...
Yeah, well, I'm filthy anyway.
Joaquin, artiste.
Mais ou menos.
Mais ou menos. Yeah, he really is an artist when it comes to this. You can see he takes a lot of care on every little cut that he does. Very, very lucky to have this guy as my neighbor with all this expertise. So Joaquin's doing a little bit of filming with the camera. We're actually just going to go down and drink some beer with the guys, because we've been working hard, and now it's time for a little bit of refreshment. So not only is Joaquin farming, but he's also a cameraman. Is Joaquin camera?
Cameraman.
Yeah. They've made it all the way down here, so they're in the bottom field now. And there's only a couple more trees just on this section to go. Agua extra.
Mexico sabe.
Saude. Saude. And then onto the last push. I found a wild Gina sitting over here. We were actually joking earlier. Joaquin called you Gina Makina, which is Gina the machine, because of how hard you work.
Oh,
Gina Makina.
I like it.
I like your little chair.
It's quite comfy. I just need a pillow and it'd be good.
Yeah. Right, I'm just going to drop these off in the house and then I'll get stuck back in. What an absolutely stunning day this is. Look at this. I mean, this doesn't look anything like winter. This is like spring. It's beautiful. I think the temperature is only 14 degrees Celsius today, but in the sun it's obviously feeling a lot hotter than that. And yeah, just such a beautiful day, man. Everything just looks amazing. Last night went down to 0 Celsius, and I think tonight is 0 again, and then I think the next night it goes down to -3. So that's going to be getting pretty cold. It's going to be nice like this during the day though. So I think that's the big difference, you know, when we lived in the UK and it used to get to like sub-zero temperatures. It was sub-zero temperatures, but then during the day it was freezing cold. And it's not like that here, you know. That's one of the main reasons why we moved here. So yeah, absolutely love it. I mean, we had, I think Christmas last year was like this. It was nice and sunny. I can't remember. I think it was last year or the year before. It was kind of weird to have Christmas and it's all hot. It reminded me of South Africa, you know, like when you have Christmas and you go to the beach or something like that. But yeah, love it. So it's starting to get late. I think there's about an hour left until 5 o'clock. You can see the sun is making its way down, and they are very near the end. I just realized that because I started early in the morning, my brain wasn't functioning properly. I never actually showed you really what the trees looked like beforehand. I kind of showed you as they were being done. But I think down here you're going to get a good idea of just the scale of them. I mean, they really got to grow a little bit too tall, and it was a real struggle when Joaquin was doing the olives for us to try and reach in there. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer to where the guys are actually cutting, and then you'll see. The idea is they want to try and bring down the height and obviously open them up. But yeah, you can see Alexandra is in the tree here, and you can see how big it is now. They've gone a little bit too big. Wow, I can't believe how quick these guys are. Honestly, really, really impressed. It's quite a balancing act with a chainsaw. Jeez. So I don't think we're going to get to burn all of this today because it's getting a bit late. But yeah, I mean, I'll come down here another day, like tomorrow or something. Start a fire down here, burn up the rest. Whew. It's been a long day. We're nearly there. Whoa, nearly fell over the wheelbarrow. We are nearly there. And I think I'm going to leave the rest of the burn for another day. These guys are going to make short work of this last tree. This is the kind of tree that would have taken me about at least an hour and a lot of climbing. And these guys are just going to eat through it with these chainsaws. There you have it, all done. Look at all of these branches. But yeah, that's it. Job done. And now I guess it's time for us to sign off, and we'll see you again next time. Ciao.